Thank you, Maz. I would now like to invite Mr. Robert Mitchell, MP, member for McEwen, to come up and do the official opening of the facility. Mr. Mitchell is here representing Senator Chris Evans, who's the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills, Job and Workplace Relations. As I said earlier, the Australian Government funding of this building really made it happen. I do acknowledge the support and the commitment of the previous Rudd government and the current Gillard government to lifelong learning and to tertiary education. One of the reasons that this facility was created and was funded was because we want to give the choice that Maz was talking about to locals, so they don't have to travel to Wodonga, Shepparton, Wangaratta, Melbourne to do their further training. So it really has, the result of this building being here, our enrolments, our pre-enrolments for 2011 are higher than they've ever been. And I think that is a direct result of the new facility that we have. Mr. Robert Mitchell, MP, member for McEwen.
Well, thank you, Paul, and I too would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Tuckerong people, and pay my respects to elders past and present. To the MACE board members, particularly Bev Close and all the current and previous board members that have put in so much. Paul, what would we do without you? I don't know. To Mansfield Hospital, Janine Ridley, good to see you again, and Ross Tinkler, Regional Manager of Hume ACFI. Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually a pleasure to be back here in Mansfield again, albeit in a different role, but being here supporting the community is something that I've always enjoyed and will always continue to do wherever I can. MACE, as Paul outlined, since 1975 in one form. I should also acknowledge Tom, Independent Mayor, who you've seen there, and the other councillors here as well. Since 1975 has provided many opportunities for local and regional residents. Not only does it offer a variety of accredited courses, but plays an integral role in strengthening this local community. MACE provides many locals with great opportunities to further their education and their skill base, and provides essential childcare facilities and oversees the Mansfield Men's Shed, which I was a few years ago in a different role was lucky enough to be invited to and see that working. And I must say that men's sheds are something that I've been very passionate about and like to see growing, because I think they're a wonderful part of a community to connect people who may be disconnected through different various reasons. But importantly too, equally importantly, is that it's a meeting place for residents both young and old. And that's why my government, through the Teaching and Learning Capital Fund for Vocational Education and Training, supported this project with a $1.5 million grant. And it was also acknowledged that it was further supported through the funding of the former Brumby Labor government's Modernising Neighbourhood House program. Places like MACE are truly a heart and soul of a community. And on behalf of the Gillard government, I want to thank everyone at MACE for their great work in assisting the community, and particularly Paul for his passion, his drive and his commitment to see MACE grow and expand. I'd just like to briefly read out a letter from the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills, Jobs, Workplace Relations, Senator Chris Evans. Chris writes, on behalf of the Australian Government, I would like to congratulate MACE on the official opening of the Mansfield Community Education Centre. The Australian Government was proud to be able to support this project with $1.5 million through its investing in community education and training. The Australian Government's support for skills training centres such as this one underlines its firm commitment to ensuring that vocational education and training and career options are available to all Australians. The Australian Government is committed to addressing the skills needs and is working closely with industry in this challenge. To meet the challenge, the Government has developed a number of programs, including our $2.5 billion trade training centres in schools, $500 million for the Teaching and Learning Capital Fund for vocational education and training for TAFE and community training providers, $200 million for a critical skills investment fund to provide up to 39,000 new training places in the sectors of high demand, $79.4 million for an extension of the successful Apprentice Kickstart initiative, $243 million to strengthen the quality of vocational education, numeracy, literacy and languages courses for up to 140,000 Australians. Additionally, we will remain committed to spending more than $2 billion over 5 years on 711,000 new training places and have committed more than $4.2 billion in funding from the Educational Investment Fund to the tertiary education and research sectors. I extend my gratitude to the staff and board at MACE for delivering this quality training facility. I know that training and education through MACE is in great hands. Yours sincerely, Chris Evans. So with that, Paul and Bev here, we've got the official plaque to acknowledge the opening of the Mansfield Community Education Centre, and thank you for having me here today.
This plaque is to go in the foyer as you come in, the automatic door, and then you've got to pull the other one over, which usually gets me.
Don't blame the alcohol.
You come in an automatic door, you're loaded up with patchwork and you've got to get into it.
There'll be a training course on that next year.
I would just like to thank you all very much for attending, and would like to invite you all now to join in some afternoon tea with us. Thank you.